I'm just going to quickly get this sent out, and then we are going to start the amazing swatch party. Okay, it got sent. I hope everybody can hear me loud and clear. I am just going to make sure the LEO lamp is on. For any of you that don't know, this is the LEO 2.0. It's phenomenal. I swear, it harnessed, like Madame Glam has harnessed the sun with that lamp. Now, one second, let me just get that plugged in. Yeah, even my clients have been like absolutely obsessed with it. Hi, how are you doing, honey? Oh my gosh, the collection finally arrived. I'm so excited to go through all the colors. And let me see if I can turn the light on here. I actually went through and I did a few practice nails with the colors. So I did with the darker like maroon color, the trending aura, like the rainbow aura nail. And then like a fun, because you know, Valentine's Day is coming up. So I wanted to do like a blue with two of the colors. And then we did like an optical illusion. Sorry for the shine on that. And oh, I'm so sorry to hear you're having the flu. I hope you start feeling so much better, honey. And this is another kind of like optical illusion, disco ball magic. And then this is kind of like watercolor. This is really fun for a background, or you can do a full set. So I just had a lot of fun with these colors. They're absolutely stunning. So I cannot wait to go through all of these. So first off, this is called the Glam Reborn collection, and it kicks off with a surge of fearless energy. No resolutions, no rules, just reinvention. Born from the grit of the new beginnings and the confidence that comes with leveling up. These shades are made for the ones who don't just enter a new year, they own it. So these come, let me just bring these over here for a second. Thank you so much, Sissy. Okay, so these are the gorgeous color palette of the Glam Reborn. And the first thing, as soon as I saw this, I thought of all of the renewal. I love that they're muted and they're just absolutely, like if you look, they're so gorgeous and pigmented. So we are first going to go through all the swatches. I have full hand swatches as well to kind of show you the colors. And I am so stoked to find out which one you guys are going to want to recreate out of these. Because I have fun. I went all out with these ones because these colors are just so pretty. And you guys are going to see when we do the nail art, it just like ultimate smooth magic. So I'm just going to slide these on so we can start the swatching. And basically I'm going to just do one coat of each of the colors because then I have on the practice hand what two coats looks like. So we're going to start off with this stunning maroon. This is called Winter Eclipse. Now this is the one that I did the aura nail for, and it was like one of the most perfect backgrounds. I was losing it. And with Winter Eclipse, let me just bring this nice and close to you guys. You can see the magic. Look at her. She is so pretty. And when you look at the full swatch, I'm going to bring it nice and close. You can see I'm going to turn off the other light here. Bring my ring light all up close and personal. Now, you can truly see how it's almost like a chocolate. And honestly, that's why I wanted to do the aura nails with it, because everybody that has been doing them, they've been using this kind of like chocolate. And I kind of thought of this as like a cherry chocolate. It was just giving me all of the yummy yummies. So I'm gonna put this here. Let's do the first swatch. I'll also leave this because we did create that one with that color. And you guys are gonna freak over the opacity. It is insane. Let me scoot on close now. At first I was standing so I could see the comments coming in. Okay, so you guys are gonna see the opacity is crazy. Look at that. Like this is some one coat coverage, baby. Absolutely gorgeous. And I was so excited. So this collection, it was stuck in customs for a little while, and I was so sad that I wasn't able to do the launch party. So that's why I really wanted to go out with the test nails and really create something beautiful. Going to just turn on that other light. So I had a lot of time to brainstorm. How is everybody doing? I can't believe we were ready in 2026. This is crazy. Now again, y'all, that is one thin coat. That's crazy. I can't get over how beautiful that is. So I'm just gonna pop that in the lamp. Trying to do that and not hit all of the things. Okay, now, so next up, I'm going to switch out your girl, so I'll show you her one more time. Okay, so this is Winter Eclipse. And I love Kuromi just like popping her head in the corner there. This is so the color of the new year. And also, speaking of that, I want to go through actually the color of the year for 2026. I believe it is called Cloud Dancer, and it is actually this palette right here, including this. So I think it's crazy that they actually already had this palette when Cloud Dancer is like the color of the year. I'm going to pull it up for you shortly, but that palette is insane. So sorry, gonna switch these out to the next color. And honestly, as a fall baby, these colors were also just making me squeal because they're so beautiful. And the blues and greens were just, I was losing it. So I'm gonna actually go to one of those blues that I fell in love with. And thank you guys so much for coming in for the swatch party. These mean the world to me. I always say Madam Glam literally makes every month feel like Christmas because on the 4th of every month a new collection launches. Hello, Kathy. How are you doing, honey buns? Okay, let's shift the girl a little bit here. So this is called Twilight Chill. And not gonna lie, when I first saw this, I totally said like almost like the Netflix and chill, Twilight and chill. I was melting. This color is so beautiful. And actually, it's the one I ended up doing. So both this nail with this nail background, and this one had a combination of all of the light blues and greens. That optical illusion one actually is, what's it called? It's more of the like periwinkle. How is everybody doing today though? Ooh, I was so excited to do today's live and just get to play with all of the stunning colors. Just gonna put the ones we've already done in the corner here. So next up is this Stuntin' Blue Twilight Chill, and you already know I'm very much a blue baby. So when I saw this, I lost it. The opacity, like I was able to do those checkerboards one go. I didn't have to do 2 coats, and it really stayed where I wanted it. I just did like the border, flash cured that, and then just colored everything in, and I was blown away by just like how buttery it applied, and it was just absolutely everything, which I wasn't surprised because I am obsessed with Madam Glam's cream formula. It is everything. Now, for anybody just joining, I have my beautiful practice hand here, Miss Autumn, and she is going to have all of the shades with 2 coats, and we are just going to do 1 coat of each shade. It is so opaque. We don't need to do all that mess, and also we don't want to waste anything. No wasting around here. So we will say goodbye to Twilight Chill and we'll move on to the next color. Kathy said, "No, I am so sorry, honey. You sprained your knee and you have surgery. You're going to be in my prayers, love. I hope you start feeling so much better, honey bun. I hope a little bit of nail therapy with sissies helps a bit, and I really hope you have a speedy recovery. If you need anything, you just shoot me a message, honey bun." Okay, so I'm just going to pop over to the next batch of colors. One moment. Okay, so next up, actually, I'm going to go with this. This is almost like a sister color to the, almost the maroon, that chocolatey magic. I swear it shifts under different light. But I really think they outdid themselves, because generally for New Year's you think of a lot of glitters and things like that, and honestly they delivered glitters for Christmas. So the fact that we got these colors, I was actually screaming. Like, they are so beautiful, and it's one thing on camera, but it does not do them justice. They are absolutely so stunning and so pigmented. Okay, so next up, we have January Blush. Now let me bring this up nice and close. So pretty. Let's get our swatch on. Zoom in a little. I am really excited about next month's collection. Love month is everything, and I can't wait. That's also why I only wanted to make one of the designs Valentine's focused, because I'm fully aware that we are going to be doing all of the Valentine's art coming up. But I couldn't resist doing a little blue Valentine's look. It was too sweet. Also, shout out to Madam Glam. These round brushes are delicious. Ugh, they just make swatching a dream, especially for somebody like me, because I always like to make sure it's as neat as possible, and that brush just tucks up there so nicely, which is nice, because then when you're working on a client, you can just tuck into their cuticle so effortlessly without flooding anything. So love, absolutely love. And again, this was January Blush. Pop that in, and then also make sure you pop on some of my lights. Oh, thank you, Kathy. I did, so excuse this one part. I had my hands soaking when I was working on a client. I didn't realize there was like a popped piece, and some acetone got in there, so it chipped apart. But I'm just looking at it as ripped. But these are acid jeans. Honestly, shout out to Maniology and Madam Glam, because I got to use Madam Glam gels and then use stamps for these, and I'm so obsessed. So thank you, Kathy. You just made my day. Okay, so that is the last, because we're just doing one coat of that, so we're just gonna love her and leave her for January Blush. I know, Moon. Okay, Tara. Honestly, if the things that I took a survey come out, I'm just screaming. That's all I'm saying. Because the tools that I saw, oh, that would just make my life so much easier. Actually, at the end of this live, I'm going to pop over and show you guys my beautiful wall. I don't know if, I don't want to mess anything up by like pulling this up right now. But let me just quickly, it's like I can literally just take a video, kind of show you what I'm talking about. So I just took this. So this is the new wall that I just set up in the nail room, and I am so obsessed. This only is about 80% of the colors. These are all 3 deep, but at least I have a fancy dancy place for most of my colors now, which got me like so emotional. I was very, very happy. Since the move, we've been deciding on like decor, painting, all of that, so I wasn't able to set up my shelves when we had first settled in. So now having everything, like my studio finally feels like my studio, you know? So I am just ridiculous amounts of excitement. Thank you, Kathy. So I actually put on Legally Blonde and I organized my polishes and I just felt the most amount of bliss. And so that's also what made like this nail so much easier. I grabbed a bunch of Madame Glam colors from my magical Madame Glam wall now. And I actually just put these in my airbrush and then just airbrush these on. So honestly, having everything in one space is so nice because now I can just look up at my wall and be like, okay, I need this, I need this. And yeah, it just makes everything. And as you guys know from doing the collection, like I had to ensure my my rainbow was up in there. Right? Exactly. That's what it's supposed to look like. Like, let me turn on the light. Like mood ring nails or rainbow aura. This was a huge trending and still is trending. So I thought, why not use one of the colors on that bad girl? Okay, so next up we have an incredibly stunning, like to me, this is lavender. Yeah, it's just so pretty. It's called Glacier Dust. It's just so pretty. I guess you could also say periwinkle, but it is more muted. Just cut one of the lights here. This is one of my favorite colors. Let me just grab another swatch here. Thank you guys so much for coming to the swatch party. It means the world. Let me just back up here. Hey, my love. Very good.
No cruise? Oh, friendly. Hi.
Again, y'all, I'm mystified. This is one swipe. It's insane. And of course, if I'm working on myself or a client, I want to do structure-wise and just for proper opacity 2 thin coats. But for nail art purposes, 1 coat of this is all you need. It just is so smooth. And as you guys see, I'm working on a clear tip. So the fact that that just glides like butter. See, Kathy was like, that goes on so pretty. Because she just slides on is everything. Oh my gosh. Hi, Denise. How are you, sugar? Oh my gosh. Well, I've been in the middle of a move and all sorts of stuff and getting things settled. And I am back in action. So you're going to see me on so many more lives. I have missed the ish out of you, honey bun. Okay, let me quickly... Of course, I just touched a very sticky nail polish bottle that was in the corner here. So 1 second, so I clean my little hand off. Thank you. My wife just like grabs me. Kitchen roll. Thank you so much. Clumsy as heck. Okay, so we're going to switch over to that next color. I can't wait just to get into the demo with you guys. You're going to see how fun and smooth these colors are. So bye-bye Glacier Dust, you little stunner. We're going to go to the next one here. Okay, so far we've swatched 4 out of the 8 muted creams. I kind of wanted to do 1 out of each kind of color category because it really feels like each color has a little sister friend. So each color has a complementary color, which I love. And this muted green was giving me like mint mama. So just wait a second. I'm gonna bring her to the center stage in just a moment. But I really fell in love with this, and this was actually one of the bases for that checkerboard design. Now, I'm just gonna quickly, my practice hand is made of silicone, so of course things like to stick. Yes, there's 8 in this collection, honey bun. So now we're a little bit more than halfway through. This one is called Frozen Sage. This was the one I was saying was giving me like that mint. It's just so pretty. I really feel like Madame Glam outdid themselves, but honestly, that's not a shocker. They outdo themselves every year and every month. I just keep, like, I feel like my nails are a love story because I usually feature this, I think this is December's color, Silent Night. But I usually feature at least one or multiple colors from every collection every month on my phalanges. So I feel like my nails almost tell like a love story to each month as well. Just so much color therapy and love. I actually got to do a really fun set on a client yesterday, and that was so healing. I had such a great time. And I got to do these like starburst nails, and we got to do a different method for reverse chrome, which I was losing it over that. So if anybody wants a little reverse chrome hack / tutorial, we can also do that here today, because it requires no special matte, just whatever your base color is, and then you cleanse it out with acetone, and then you use Madame Glam's no wipe painting gel and just paint whatever you want, and the chrome is literally only going to stick to that. And it's just something so simple, but freaking so satisfying. Just like this application, butter. And again, like, huge shout out to these brushes. They just go on so smooth. Thank you. Hello to everybody that's joining. Okay, so that is Frozen Sage. Now, I'm gonna pop that in, and then we're just gonna grab another color here, 1 second. And also, because we're rounding down, so as soon as I bring out this next color, which is this girl, we only have 2 left. So we are gonna be doing the demo shortly. So if you guys could think, like, this is gonna be 1, this is gonna be 2, this is going to be 3, this is going to be 4, and this is going to be 5. So we have these awesome designs featuring these new colors from the collection. So if you guys could think about that as well, and then we're going to do a little vote in a little bit. Tara said, "You've changed my mind on this collection. I love the colors. I wasn't sure what the swatches I've seen. Your swatches always change my mind." Oh, that means the world. That is why I do these full hand swatches as well. I really feel like it brings something different. And if you guys check out on my Instagram, Raven's Nail Bar, I have a swatching video of this collection, and it just really shows how stunning each color is. It's just out of control. So that just totally made my day, Tara. And Kathy, I had to take my set off and cut my nails down. Okay, so tell me why. I had like the most gorgeous, not these ones, but most gorgeous cat eye nails, and I had to get an MRI and some other fun tests, and I was like, okay, so we're gonna take that off. So we're gonna switch this girly pop out. And then the next color we're gonna be featuring is this really stunning, this is also like very lavender. So the previous one I pulled here, it's like, I feel like this is darker, but the moment you see it by itself, painted, it gives you this like really soft lavender. It's called Moon Fog, and I'm just going to take this out for a second so you guys can see it up close and personal. So the crazy thing is when you first look at it, it kind of looks like marshmallow. But you're going to see in a moment, I'm going to quickly grab the full hand swatch. When you cure it, more purple comes out, more of that dimension. One second, let me grab her. And I always say these are the things that make me believe in magic again. And definitely why I do these full swatches is because I like to give a little spotlight to each color. Often when we can't see them like proper or thoroughly, I don't know, it can kind of dishearten you and you don't want it. But when you actually see it, like I'm talking, when you see these girls in person, oof, this is an absolute stunning collection. And again, that's why I kind of went the different route with the test nails I did. I wanted to really show off this collection because I feel like it might not be getting the, like, you need to look at this. The kudos it deserves. Yes, light mauve. So the purple on this is just absolutely everything. And the name Moonfog, like I'm feeling celestial, witchy vibes. Like it is just so pretty. It's one of those that you could just wear just on its own and it's just absolutely everything. Just gonna pop that in the corner. And actually the moon fog is what I used for this optical illusion nail. Because of the dark notes, it kind of changes the perspective on that color. Baby, could you log in for a second and just make sure you can see everything? I don't have my other screen present, so I haven't been looking. Again, each swatch, it's so perfect. Like each one is just so pigmented. No sheer babies up in here. These are just muted excellence. And it's so funny because when you think of muted, you think of boring. These are not boring colors. It's almost like I feel like each one is a cup of hot cocoa. It's just warming over the skin, and when you look at it, it just makes you feel a type of way. And like the best type. So I'm gonna quickly just grab that and see here, you get more of that marshmallow, but the moment it's cured, you can kind of see you get more of those purple notes, which I absolutely love. Okay, so I'm just pushing that over, popping that in. Okay, so after this color right here, we're at the end. So we're gonna go through that, what's it called? The little poll to find out what test nail we're gonna be doing. So say goodbye to Moonfog, because a new girl is coming to town. And this is, I would say, the only nude in the entire collection. Again, like, besides Moonfog, is this stunning. And it is called Amber Snow. And I kept giggling because I'm like, you do not want to go near Amber Snow. But maybe this Amber Snow you want to. This, I would have more named it like a Cashmere Glow. It is such a pretty nude. So let me just grab the full swatch on my little Angelina over here. And thank you guys for bearing with me when I switch it out. It's just, it would either be the time of switching it or the time of swatching it twice. And I find that just being able to see it on the hand is just everything. So I appreciate you guys. I feel like a quick change artist. It's working at the theater, changing out my outfits. But it's just me casually here changing out 8 sets of full nails. Bet you can't do that. You know, somebody's talent show. I'm a quick change nail artist. I can switch out nails in 20 seconds. Okay. Look at that baby. So that is the Amber Snow. Right? The round brush. I had to scream about that a bunch of times. It is just so perfect. And especially when you're getting up into the cuticle, it's just perfect. So let's just pop that girl over here. And this is the round brush that Kathy was talking about. So beautiful. And again, as I was mentioning, when you're painting your own nail, obviously you start, you know, down here. And as you work your way up, it's just that perfect tuck that you can just get really nice into the cuticle. Right? It's so pretty. It is everything. And I'm sorry I didn't feature a test nail with that, but I will be having a full set with that nude coming up. One second, we got puppy hair up in here. This video is brought to you by Kovu and all the puppy hair. Okay, let's swatch this. So here is Amber Snow, which is all of the cashmere. This is so beautiful. And again, y'all, this is one coat. So it really, it speaks for itself. Okay, let's tuck this up in here again. I know that sounds so funny, but I just can't get over how perfect you can get it. And there you have it, this really stunning nude. So I'm gonna pop this, right? Gonna pop that in the lamp, and we're gonna move on to the last color in the collection. Does anybody have a favorite so far? I was geeking out that they kind of gave me a little bit of everything that I needed. And the fact that I got a series of blues and greens, that was not lost on me. So last but certainly not least is Evergreen Mist. Now, this is one of my favorites, and again, why it's like featured in a lot here. I could not help it. But this color was just everything, and also it was so fun to put all four on here. It just made a really, really nice, like a watercolor. Featured a watercolor nail. Now, while that's curing, I'm quickly just going to swatch this, and then I'm going to switch out the hand so you can see this color, but full hand swatch. And I love these swatch sticks, the almond. You already know I'm around an almond baby. I love the way it looks. So being able to see these colors on here as well, I can envision all of the nail sets. So you saw that just glided on like butter. I'm gonna pop that in, and just as that's in the lamp, I'm using the Leo 2.0. Kind of move this so you guys can see it. That's the Leo right there, working hard. It is amazing. If you guys are in need of a lamp, you need to check it out. On myself and on my clients, I am shook at the way it cures. It is just absolutely everything. So again, I'm just going to switch the color so that you can see the full swatch of this one. And this green is so pretty. Surprisingly deeper than I thought it was. As soon as you do that second coat, it really deepens, so that's also why I can't wait to show you this full hand swatch. Okie dokie. Let's bring this one nice up close and personal. Oop, girl down, we're missing a nail. 1 second. So sorry, y'all. There we go. Okay, we got him. The sizes got mixed up for a second, so it was not fitting in your girl. So this one is the final Evergreen Mist. And as I was mentioning, when it's all cured, the deepness of this green, I just fell madly in love. I'm gonna pop this in the corner here and just grab these swatches so you guys can kind of see them up close. And once you see them all together, like, it's just such a pretty color story. And you can really see how each one is paired as well. There we go. So this is the Glam Reborn. Let me just move this hand over here. Look at that. Each color is just absolutely gorgeous. And this is without top coat, y'all. That is how shiny and gorgeous these colors are. And again, this is just one coat. So regardless, you are going to be ridiculously pleased with all of the nail art with these. And as I showed you before, when you double up, you just get the most creamy foundation. So do not sleep on this collection. This Glam Reborn is so pretty. And I just love how versatile this collection is. So with that being said, do you guys want to see a recreation of one? Let me see if I can, yeah, pop the light on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Okay, so far we have a vote for 1 and 3. So that is these two, 1 and 3. Does anybody else want to vote before we close out and start the very fun demo part of this extravaganza? Let me, as you guys are deciding, I'm going to grab some full cover tip here. One, 3, or 5. Okay, so far we have 2 for 1, 2 for 3, and 1 for 5. That's exciting. You guys are picking all the good things. Also, I can do like a separate video on this if you guys want to see something else today. Because, yeah, obviously I'm going to be doing a full hand of this design. It was just so much fun. 5 is really interesting because I used all 4 colors. And I literally just used a dotting tool and then an ombre brush. This is ridiculously easy, but gives such a cool effect. And you can use this for background. You can also put like foil in and kind of add some more dimension in there. We definitely need somebody to break the tie. Okay. You guys are so sweet. Definitely making my day. Okay, I'm gonna close out soon. If we don't have a decision, I'm gonna have to do this one if nobody makes a choice. I love it. Evil voice incoming. Okay, I'm gonna put my gloves on. Okay, 3. Okay, so we are doing the optical illusion. So this actually went viral. Okay, so then it is settled. So we are going to do this. The only thing is, y'all, is I have to do it on a light color. So an option of these 3. So this was done originally on this color, which is Glacier Dust. So you can do it on, yeah, any of these ones. So which one would you guys like to see it? This one? Okay, let me just pop one of these. Okay, so you're gonna need like a really fine liner brush. That's your favorite color. You're so sweet. And you're gonna need some black gel paint. You're also gonna need some clear, like no wipe top coat to mix. So let me put this over here. Let's zoom in. Okay, so first I'm gonna grab my striper. Also, for that aura nail, y'all, I've been seeing a lot of people do with pigment powder. So this one is with pigment powder, and this one is with airbrush, and you guys can definitely tell a difference. So, yeah, I was screaming at that. So I'll definitely have a video coming out with that design as well. So don't you fear. Okay, let me first just get this on. My gosh, the creaking bones of my stand here. That's something I have to get this year. Brand new tripod. Y'all, I can't make this up. So buttery. Okay, so once that's all covered, I'm gonna throw that in. Now, just for this one, I'm only doing one coat, but you can definitely feel free to do this too, especially if you're doing this on yourself or a client. Now, I'm just gonna quickly pull up. This gentleman did it, and I lost it, and I love to look at his line work. This is it. So let me turn off the light. This is that optical is everything. So I'm gonna quickly, and obviously with the white, it's even more impactful and like bright. Let's put that down over here. Okay, so I should have some kind of mixing plate. Sorry, bear with me. I'm just trying to see if I have a palette stone. I'll just use this for now. Isn't it beautiful, guys? Like, I thought when I saw the gentleman do it, I was like, this guy is a genius. Okay. So sorry. Needed a little bit of a water break. I realized I've been talking for 43 minutes and I haven't taken a sip of anything. No, that's my own. Okay, so the black gel paint. Which this stuff is unmatched. I am so obsessed. I'm gonna get my little Nicole Nails by Nicole J brush bench. Pop that in the corner so things do not slip. And my sea of brushes here, 1 second. Okay. We need the striper. Okay, that's this girl. And if I can get the square biz, that would also be lovely. Mini striper, nope. The Gel Queen. It's like a series. There we go, the square biz. So that I'm going to use for the shading part. And for the design, like the quick one I made, I just quickly mixed up a jelly and didn't really go for like the sharp how you mix it. So we're going to do it proper for the actual tutorial. Okay, so without further ado, let's get right into that now. I also have this little flashy that I'm able to just cure as we're going, so that helps tremendously. So let's pop on the light here. So start off with your striper. So you're gonna wanna have like pretty fine lines. So that's why I was asking for like a mixing of sorts. Let me just turn that off for a second. Because you're gonna wanna be able to kind of work your brush through, get it really saturated, and go from there. So there's that first crispy line. Okay, so you just map out those lines, and obviously depending on the shape and the length of your nails is going to determine like how many slices you make. So those are the two kind of slices there. Now I did throw that into the LEO to cure. So this is where I like to take the phone and kind of turn it upside down, because that's the way I'm going to be painting it. So that's the way I want to look at it. So I don't drive myself crazy. And so curing in between each one is really important, because then you can actually wipe away. I don't know what the heck. There's like a little fleck of something. It's okay, we'll paint over it anyway. Okay, so starting off, we're doing this way. So we're just mapping those out at first, and then we're going to thicken them up, because these ones are the thicker lines out of the two. And the really fun thing is if you cure between each of these steps, then if you make any mistakes, you can literally just go back in and, aw, sorry, I'm quiet, I'm concentrating. That's okay, sissy. Then you can just go in and clean up anything if something is not to your liking. And you do want these ones to be bold. Okay, almost there. And don't be afraid if you kind of color outside the lines. I purposely push that there because then I can just grab, I have a cleanup brush and some acetone. That is going to be your best friend. Literally just get a little bit of that and you're perfect. So definitely do not stress yourself out. Now these ones are your statement lines, so like you do want to take a little bit of extra time and just make sure that they're really nice and bold. So technically this one should be a little bit more off to the side, but it's gonna all be good. So I'm actually just gonna grab that and pop that in to start cooking, to start baking. And I'm gonna grab a little bit more of that color. I'm gonna first focus on the big lines and then go in to do all of those thin lines. So at this point you have something kind of to gauge these and kind of stagger them. So you can either literally put them right in line as long as they're going the opposite side, or kind of stagger them out, and that's what we're going to do here. So let's start off with this in the middle here. Right? Because we want to kind of go opposite ways, and that adds to that illusion effect. And then let me just get these girls. Sorry, y'all, I'm trying not to move. Whenever you do detailed lines, I swear to God, you start migrating closer and closer to yourself. And this is going to be like line work mama. You're just going to do, this is like your line work boot camp. And I am going to resharpen these lines after, just trying to put these in first. And I am going to clean up that tiny little area that is not in the lines. Sorry, the conversation went out the window. The moment there's intense line work like this, it's like, Words, what are those? Oh, thank you, Sissy. Okay, let's get in these final ones and then I'll clean where we need to clean. Now, normally I would cure in between all of these, but you know, we're with Nail Family. I'm feeling confident in ish. So we're just diving in full force here. But yeah, you're going to want a very trusted liner brush for this, or you are going to be very upset with yourself. Hello, Nail Crusade. How are you doing, honey bun? I just did a swatching of Glam Reborn, the new Madame Glam collection, and now we are quickly just doing a nail design, a little demo featuring the new colors. So there's a trending optical illusion nail, kind of hit the nail world by storm. And that's the nail underneath me here. So we are doing a rendition of that on here. Let's thicken up this girl. It's a very like angular design, so you really do want to make sure that, you know, each one is as straight as possible. But I'm already like totally vibing with all this magic here. Do have a tiny part I want to clean up, so I'm just going to get my alcohol again. The cleanup brush I'm using is Madame Glam's application brush. Dipped in a little bit of acetone. Now the whole nail is wet, so I'm just doing light dabs. I don't want to mess up very much because I'm gonna have to fix it, right? So only mess what you want to fix. Okay. There we go. I didn't even have to erase that one part. So we're just going to pop that in the lamp. Okay, so I'm going to let that cure for a full 60 seconds. The gel paint is incredibly opaque, so I do not want any wrinkling, especially for the next part of this design if I do have to wipe anything, because these are fine, fine lines. But again, I am really excited that you guys chose what you did because this collection is so versatile. Let's grab the other one here. So there's just so much you can do with it. Now, for the shading, as soon as I cure the tiny lines, I'm going to start with that shading mix, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. Actually, I think I'm going to do it on a... I have these parchment rounds. I think that will be the best for mixing. And I'm also going to, just these little round, they're actually for cooking, but I love to make stickers and do other things on these. And they are really great for like instant palettes as well. Okay, so now this is the one where you're gonna like not like life because these are really, really tiny lines. And that's also why I really cured. So if we do want to just go F it and go to the beginning, we can. So you want these as close to your lines as possible. Now, I really love Nicole's brushes because even if you're a bit shaky, it really evens out the bounce, which I'm incredibly grateful for because I have nerve damage in my arms. So the fact that I can do stuff like this is just a testament to how amazing her brushes are. This would also be like a sick design for winter, like candy cane style. Candy cane optical illusion nail. Yes, please. Okay, so that's the kind of line work that makes your tummy hurt, so I'm just going to throw that in. Cure that and continue. Let's dip into some more of that black. Thank you guys, though, for coming on this swatching adventure and now the designs, and I cannot wait to do this one for you in a future video. This was so much fun. And anything that I can like rainbowize, you know I'm gonna want to do. So I was very happy about that. Okay, 30 seconds is more than good. Oh, you're magical, Kathy. Thank you, Sugar Plum. Okay, almost perfect, but I want to fix this one. And that's why I said it's important to be able to cure in between, because then you can fix something if you don't like it. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna also grab that and just pop that in. And obviously, like, the longer the nail, the more impactful, but even tiny little phalanges, you can most definitely do this magic. Okay, so I'm gonna pop that in there. That is so perfect. More than happy. And again, you can totally spend hours and hours making the most perfect lines, but I kind of just wanted to show you quickly how I map it out. And then I'm gonna grab my Square Biz brush. And I grab my dotting tool. Just take like a scoop, little dollop of that black gel paint. Gonna place it flat. Okay, as like flat as I can, or in a straight line rather. And then I'm gonna go in with my No Wipe. This one has been very loved. This is like the end of my bottle. But I'm gonna go in with a line of that. Ooh, of course, always more likes to fall. So what you're gonna see on your kind of palette is that. And I'm just gonna kind of put this to the side for a second. So I'm gonna take out my Square Biz brush. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna literally, in the top of this, kind of pick up, and then I'm gonna go towards the bottom, pick up some of that, go back in, and then I'm gonna do a test here. So we're almost getting to where I want, but I'm gonna mix some more. And so this mix you're gonna make is gonna be really crucial for here. Now, because the nail is so much smaller than the big nail that they showed, it's way easier to do it on the square brush when you don't have such a a small area to go. But I'm gonna tap off here, 1 second. Oh, this is perfect. You wanna know what I'm gonna do though? I'm gonna quickly go and seal this girl, because that will make it easier. It's just gonna wanna fall into all the grooves. Quickly seal this. And as you can see, if I just bring this up, can already with the top coat start seeing it come together. I'm just really using that to seal. Generally, I would have used either velvet matte or even a base coat. But again, this is just a test nail, so I'm just going to seal that with a little bit of top coat. I really wish I had my other mixing palette, because I swear the way that girl mixes. I'm also going to just quickly grab my Perfect Black. I think I'll have, the other one is just so thick, the gel paint. Okay. There we go. Okay, so. Do you see how that's just like a soft? So pretty. And it's like pretty flawless. I am going to do a couple coats of this. There we go. This is what you should be seeing. where it's almost like a gradient. Yeah, the 3D awesomeness. Frig yes, honey. Okay. Because it's more jelly, it kind of gives that like more of a shift. So you see the difference now? I'm going to quickly bring forth my first one. And this is even without top coat. Do you see how one kind of looks hazy and one kind of gives that optical illusion effect? So by doing that little trick, it makes like a really big difference. And then for extra points, you can always go in with a little bit of an ombre brush. Just kind of work some stuff down. Give a really feather. For extra points, you can tell what kind of student I was. Now class. Okay, let's pop that in. But again, like that makes a world of difference, and I can even show you on here. So this is the one I did with the gel paint, and it all kind of like bubbled up here. And this is the one I did with the gel polish, and it still hasn't, like a little bit of course because of the parchment, but not as much. It's really holding together, and that's what made the better ombre. So sometimes when it does not work, you just must try again. And I knew it wasn't what I wanted, so I'm like, that's all good. I'm just gonna get another color. That's what I love about nail art, right? It's really shown me a sense of like a peace, a very peaceful feeling of if something doesn't work out, it doesn't matter, because you'll just find a different way to achieve what you need, you know? You don't freak out that it hasn't worked. It's just like, okay, well now what do I have to do to make it work? It looks so difficult, but you made it look easy. Stop, sweetheart. Oh, you're the sweetest. And let's quickly top coat this girl so we can just see, because this is really when the proof hits the, what do you mean when the proof is in the pudding or something? The moment we're going to top coat this. Thank you so much, Kathy, though, and I hope that this provided a little bit of solace during your pain, and I hope that you recover so quickly, my dear. So you could keep going in and darkening that, but I really loved it. I thought that was really, really cute. So we're just going to pop that in, cure. And I don't know where the other nail that I made went. I know I had to pop it off. So I had room to create this one, but I'm like, where did it go? Well, you guys saw it in the beginning of the stream anyway. But thank you guys so much for being a part of this live. It was very magical, and just being able to go through the colors was everything. Some really, really stunning colors. And not some, every single one of them were breathtaking. But yeah, so from far away here, you can clearly see the difference. But yeah, just so fun, and you can keep going and ombreing as much as you want of that like dark spot, but it's just such a fun optical illusion set. So thank you guys so much for coming into today's video. I am going to be doing the Rainbow Aura on another. I might go live and do like 4 of the nails and then do a reel afterwards. Let me just take off my gloves so I don't mess things up. But I hope you loved all of the swatches today. And you guys just mean the absolute world. It was everything. Let me kind of bring these ones out. Yes, I sure can. That's what I'm doing right now. So if you go back, Lorna, I did go through and show like full hand swatches of every one of the colors. Mine were actually, they were stuck in the postal, so it took some time for everything to arrive. Okay, I almost have all of them here. 1 second. Trying to put them all in your hand is a whole other feat. And again, mind you, this is with no top coat. This is just the regular with 1 coat of polish. This is the full collection. I can't get over how stunning she is. So beautiful. Let me cut the light here and just turn on my big ring light. Look at that. I don't know what got on there. But this is just breathtaking. I'm in love with this collection. And I really hope that you guys are too. If you do love what you saw today, you can use my code RAVEN40 for 40% off madamglam.com. I adore you guys. This was absolutely everything. And as I mentioned before, thank you for staying for this demo for the optical illusion nail. And we're also going to be featuring the Rainbow Aura, checkerboard, watercolor, and then there's also this Y2K design that has, I don't know where she went. She fell somewhere. But if you scroll back to the beginning of the video, you can see it. And that was also done with the colors. Thank you guys so much for being a part of today's live. It was absolutely everything. And a huge shout out to Kathy, Moon Inked Nails, Tara Nicole, Denise, Nail Crusade, The Daily, and Soha. You guys made this stream so special. I love you guys. See you very, very soon. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Please feel better. And Tara as well, honey, with your flu. I hope everybody got all of the sister vibes. And I'm sending everybody so much love. See you very soon.